Bad connection. Ile putuka. We are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. Bad connection. Yes. So earlier, so we are having challenges with technical issues. Yeah. We are in trouble. We are in trouble. Tabatukwanishe. Tabatukwanishe. I think, yeah. Yeah, Chiputuka bad connection, but Mamabala joiner, and I just want to talk about opota putuka na futi na ndefo kulanda pepali pama youth you ground na bamukaka. And the reason bamukakile ground is not because ale tukane insere, is because ale baba sampati bamupele mpia. You know, he's demanding the 100,000 from ba sampa. Echo bamukakila. So again, we are here to say, is this the rule of law? A rule of law iyi. Iya kwebachi. Umuntu ale tukana abantu tabamukake. But nga tukana after demand kumulipira shirempia bamulaire bamukaka. So apa lesson ni message kuri ba youth. Kubati ba youth mwilabo mveshiwa. Musambirire efya chika kubena ground. Musambirire efya chika kubena ground na chama. Abaisha babali babomfyo kulete fifurunganya muri PF. Babala ya nempia. Mwamona. So nomba after babala ya nempia. Abaisha baye kulia tupere nimpia. Ba nomba fyatika na paku bakaka. So lesson kwebati mwebana muzambia mwilabo mfeshwa. Ulia ground ulia bali tutukile ifwe. Ba tukana ba former president was insulted by those two people. Tualirandile pano baima batukana ba mama chikamoneka. Nina ota batukana. Ground na chamani. Whom haven't they insulted in the country? They were also insulting by HH. Eh? Bale tukana bena HH bali tukana wonsi abantu. But this is the thing we are saying to say, imwewa youth isukeni. Do not be used by these politicians. Politicians will use you and dump you. If you're to Lelanda. Politicians will use you and dump you. Musambili lefyashika kuli bena chama. Bena chama, who thought chama kuti aba nyaponga ni ground ulia? Who thought ground kuti aba mumase ozilero? Alenda mundeke apapene alechita aliparanwe kuli ale yumfa no kuyumfa. Na ibipa network lero katwish. Ngana ibipa nga bale tulafye from nowhere ileputuka live. So I don't know what's happening. But we'll be here, we'll be talking. Nga twakulalanda muma peace twalalanda muma peace. Tulefo kusambisha ba youth isukeni mwilabo mfeshiwa mumone ground if ya mkitikila ground bamula empia after atuke chalo chonse. They are not even free, they are even safer, I think, kuba mjere muri atuke chalo chonse. Those two people have been reported, but they can't be arrested because we don't know. The rule of law has broken down. There is selective application of the law. Chairman ground have insulted anyone and everyone. Muchalo. You know, do you think a criminal cannot? Because what Chama and Ground are saying, my criminal activities here, Milandu. So Chavinga cannot say he knows those two. Because what they did, what Chama did, and the Ground did, Milandu, is criminal activities. So how can Chavinga accept to being a part of a criminal activity? He can't accept it. So area Shiro Nalanda Palima Pama youth Nalanda, Abena ground by youth don't be used. This same thing is connected to what is happening to Tayali. Tayali is always switching camps. Milo alilandira ba PF, William Shuku alilandira ba UPND, Lerona Wela, alikuli ba PF. What do you want in life? In life, have a backbone, have a stand. This is my advice to Tayali. Have a stand. If you commit a crime, go to jail and pay for your crimes. Advice ninga pera fe Tayali. Kwa Tayali, be a man, go to jail, face your judgment, ngabakshita sentence, serve your term, come out and you are a free man. Tayali need to face his problems, serve his time, and then come out. He's going to be a free man. Not if you he will never be free. Mailo watelokele kuwa yapange milandu. Uliabu shikuwa yakudi ba PF wa yapange milandu. You will never be free. Tayali need to stand straight and face the crimes he has committed, go to jail and come back a free man. Not if you are later. Is here nor there. Ukoko aya ale pange milandu shimbi. So hapa nomba leta accuse wa president ukubaba imposter. Nomba if they investigate ukusanga tifilia fiabufi chala bashani. Mwamona. So we are just here to say, Tayali, you are my son, I love you, but check yourself. Check yourself, Tayali, to a papata. Don't add more cases on yourself. Mama chisa putula live chisa putuka fia putu twali lideni. Katuishi nga isingi nongana ba putula katuishi bati tuwakula tafenga ba putula futi tuagwera.
Kwa inatotela sana mkwai ndela ndafipali batata batayali ichakula ndafie chikalamba chakutila ichino ichalo chesu cha Zambia ni Christian nation muchalo chesu cha Zambia katufa ya ulubuli muchalo chesu cha Zambia katulefa yo kuvuta ikembiro muri kuliokulanda kwa musango fili abatata batayali kuti mwabushe nkondo muchalo okulanda careless kwa musango fili abatata batayali kuti mwalete efyongo muchalo icho febe na Zambia tatufa yo muntu ulete efyufurunganya icho tulefa ya pa febe na Zambia nomba pantu ilili ya chimubushe tata ya shirikalamba sana ichi lefa ikalifumine kukanwa kenu na mulande fintu fingi sana ifintu fya kutila na fika tomwina Zambia onse sokoloke ni pa kutila bena Zambia chifume kumutimo kutila vya bufi na ngufya chini pantu eliama shimulandile ya kalamba ilili ya shiriabu na ngubutuliemo na ngubu muselela kwa kaba ebo tatulefa mchalo cha Zambia anymore bonse ba muselela kwa kaba 2026 tukamekinga shuo kutila tuwasambilisha abana besu abana abaume n'abana bakashana imiti kula empanga bonse ba muselela kwa kaba mufidi kumipyanga mu 2026 tatu akamonepo na ngumo muselela kwa kaba tatulefa na ngumo tuliemo tatulefa na ngumo puti mapiete pantu mwaona ule chalo cha Zambia na panshi patalala pamula wakulala ndo mungulu pakutila abantu bamone ati babako batina mona ati abantu bali muchibe abantu bale tontonkanya kakulya abantu bale faya pa kutampira pesa nala ikata epo waya lete elia shija kutilia fulunganya abantu iwe kapenya mushi ba public kiloya kabiri mwa bakulandira abantu no mulepenyo mushi So kanshi bubu mserere kwa kababu lefa ikokupwa. Ifi yaba nombadi wake up ko kuri ba UPND. Tiyanala ndio kutila. Nga chakutila oba Yuda Iscariot. Ababa Yuda Iscariot utupondo. Mchao cha Zambia mwali motu utupondo. Mchao cha Zambia muli utuwili. Utulefa yokule kanye nikowa mchao cha Zambia utuwili. Mchalo cha Zambia na muima baba na muime mimbulu. Iya kutakanye chalo cha Zambia kula donse chalo cha Zambia kwati mimbulu. Zambia mche chalo cheni cha kwati mune shani na pofia cha mchiku. Zambia te chalo cheni. Zambia we are 20 million plus. Zambia ikulu. Tuwa miufa sana mwe kafi. Mufire mafia mwa isa alanda kuchialo. So that was it be free. Imo bachisanguka. Bachisanguka. Bachisanguka mchalo cha ichongo. Zambia na ikaba kuli bachisanguka. Zambia na ikaba kuli ba muserera kwa kaba. Zambia na ikaba kuli ba Yuda Iscariot. Muli ba Yuda Iscariot about 5 mu Zambia. Imwa ba Yuda Iscariot. Do you think Zambia ni chalo chenu? Chakwa timule tukafia. Bachisanguka. Imwa ba Yuda Iscariot. Mwa ba shitishe mwana lesta. Kancha kwa. Kalale iwa wileta tukuchitira invite luka. Kalale. Imwa bachisanguka mchalo chesu cha Zambia. Kula mfafiria yabachi ama Amerika. Ba Mr. Groundi. Ifi mpobo sokula finini kendeke. Abena Zambia bene bachalo bale tamba. Ichongo Zambia yali kama mpoboso. Zambia yali kama kufinguli alia. Zambia yali kama kulifibeula satana. Ni mwemu mwalenga ati Zambia itipwe. Zambia nayo naika. Pamula duwa imwe bene bachisanguka imwe. Ba Yuda Iscariot. Ba Tayali. Ba Franki Bwalia. Ba Mao Sampa. Abena Mr. Ground. Tule. Yose kula bomfasi. Ni mweba ba Zambia. Kweba chinomba abantu natufirwa nokulala kula ngome opa media nga yaisa media instead mule landa pama natural resources ya chalo nokuikatana nokuombera chapa mu mule pasanganya fyokola pase chalo mwamo na lesa nomba ofu akalipokuleta enfula tamuli infla mchalo cha Zambia ichipowe chala isapitwa pakati mushi yokusaidi mwone ni chipowe nomba ko chaisa mchalo cha Zambia no tushishi twamichira mano ubenshi wa michiramano ubenshi ushakwatara reasoning capacity ubenshi wenda ngenshi mushira pango buchi inchi mwishi ngishira pango buchi mwariana ko ubuchi hani ubenshi ula pange fyuru ubenshi ngabwa pange fyuru mwatama kona mablogo ngai mwe abantu mwe kafi okutalanganye chalo awe tatuate mwe Zambia yao na ikama mapumulo tefu masani ilo diba mapiete ngabali abai ngabale yatabalande ngabale ikuta tabalande ngabale byano kubyola tabalande ifya kubyola ngafyabula nishelo bambo kafyabe na Zambia batilyo bale yatabalela nishita mwalandire lyose iyo mwale yano kubyola tamwalela ndati kirifi dilya fyabula fya kubyola mwize mukutukafya abena Zambia tabalela la notulo kula berenga fyama sejaya bulokulola mama mulo twalire kutina landa fimbi hapa bantu ala kujeri
mwandini so ili ashiri ama youthsi na washitata mu Zambia butuliemo so batayali I watched a live yoko bareba ba marketi ati bakapukolanga baisa mwabula mabwe mwabatoba batayali you are not in the country mwamona eifine mama yubalera ndati bakapenya mushi Batayali is out of the country. You are there katushoko muri muleba ba marketi ati bambye okutulwa na bakapokola. Mwamona. it is not fair batayali imwo kulasungirikanya abantu to start attacking Zambia police nga mwabuka enkondo mu kyalo abakafani banani
bana babalanda bekka beke bakafwa
batayali nga kulanda fye it is careless talk. Tayali need to be condemned. In as much as Tayali has got some points, but we need to condemn the careless talk that Tayali is doing. People need to... Yes, he has 5,000 people watching him. 5,000 people watching on a live. Entirely alelanda, ine I don't care. Mushtete moto kayandi so that abakashi bandi bafumeko kuzambioko. Ero meanwhile akanwa kamokene. Meanwhile shiteni moto kabakashi bandi bafume kuzambia. Akanwa kamokene bakapokola ngabali samu batobe amabwe. Akanwa kamokene. Okay, I don't care about my family. Ukupa kuti na upa, nama nakashikuti na fiala. Okay, but Tayali, you are a president. Talk responsibly. Talk responsibly. Twapapata. Na mwamewa tumapali Tayali, mule mweba. Tayali is saying some things, but some of the statements Tayali is doing, we should condemn them. Because Tayali is a president. He wants to be a president. But how can you have a president with such a demeanor? You are inciting people to fight the police. No. Tayali has been on both camps. Tayali is well connected. He has the audience of HH. He has the audience of Lungu. So why can Tayali solve his problems in a mature manner than what he's doing per social media? We are here to condemn Tayali's behavior. Tayali, some of the things you have brought up, yes, but some of the things you are way out of line. Yes, I'm guilty. But when I watched the video where he was inciting marketeers, I am not a person, I am not a violent person, I don't support violence. So apafwema Zambia ni tufire tu amweba Tayali kwa Tayali ule luba. You can't be here nor there. Elo te chule lunde milandu, shile lunda pofie milandu. Like, what are you? Go ahead, Mama.
Natotela sana pali uyu ni omulandu wa Tayali. Uyu mulandu wa Tayali wala sambirisha intungulu shishingi sana. Abalinge emitwe ya kyalo kya Zambia. Abama presidents besu mu kyalo kyesu kya Zambia inena ali papa sana. Ababula ekifuna babapela ekifuna ekitwakupela kabye katungulula ekyalo. Ala posa abantu bakwe bonse bali abamutemu alambo okukolonganika efimpo bosa. Alambo okukolonganika fika penyamushi. Alambo okukolonganika fimuserera kwa kaba. Inena alidabwa. Panomba musambirire okwebati ababa muserera kwa kaba mwakolonganika ala ndemye badi bomu hivi sana. Mwapata abantu abo mwachulire nabo. Ero mwatampo okuleta bali abene ba ifi nkula. Ifi ameneni ameno kumulu. Ifi yefi nkula kale bale ifi posa. Pantu bali ishibe tukesa ona ule kyalo. So kanchi wubwa fyobu sambirire nipo chimo. Ababantu mule kolonga nikaba today. Mairo abantu bamobene bakesa sankotu pondo etu Yuda Iscariot mkwete ero na mushuka na musambirire fintu fingi sana abantu abaleri yana balungu itebolimu eba babe ya kwikoshi na babe ya kwikoshi musambiri mwabula abantu benu abamitemwa abantu benu abamitemwa n'emitima imo bonse mwa baposa bonse ma freedom fighters Mwaya tuntumuna baliabe ni abalwele bampele. Abalwele bampele mwaya shingulu kwana. Mwa shingulu kwana tupondo ngoma. Tapalati kulia fidio kotuya. Fidio kotuya. Twakula kutika kofe fwe babula mana. Mwabula baliabe ne baliaba kanye. Baliabe ne bakapenya mushi. Bakalekanya mukoa. Evo mwashinguluka. Mula muna vina pastors. Wala muna vina president. Wadina ka pastor ka fokona. Wala muna bakateka wadina ka pastor ka chilende Babylon umusumbankala. Wala muna wadabo nichi ba president walesa ilono tupuwotu. Mwashabantu abatuntu abenga myafirisha. Mukutontonkanya. Mwashabantu abatuntu abenga mpela my ideas. Mwabashabose mwabaposa. Mwambo kushingulukwa ne vipu becho balete chipo mwa eya icho balete eya welcome but ni shimwali mwenye kutila ababa akapenya mushi ababa muserera kwa kaba ababa kalekanya mukoa abafaika yo ini wake up ko sambile ntwefingi na tote
so when I said Mukwai, you are just joining us. You know what? Tayali, he need to be checked. Effort to Ingalanda, let's move on. He topic ya kwa Tayali. Because
Tayali ifinachi mona comment batile mbati Tayali alefa ko kumutwala kumento. Mutuntu 100%. Na ishwane fya lela ndapo. Mutuntu 100%. Tuira chito muntu ngalande chitwa tiona apena. Mutuntu Tayali. Na balanda ma comments.
So, uyu Tayali uyu ine mwandini. I think Tayali ifika muchitikila mali buyako irombera because nani lando mwino kwe bati ba Edgar Lungu bali funye mpia to stop him from going to jail. Now you know that ama jail yashinosh kuni correctional facility. They ngabako ingisha mu jail, they actually take time to diagnose you, bakulolesha brain your baby fear we know whatever, and sometimes solitude. Kuyokuikala weka. It's time for Tayali to sit and reflect. I don't care. Tayali, if he watch this video, he can say whatever he want to say. But I'm just going to be honest about Tayali right now. And what I want to say is Tayali can't be creating case after case and expecting people to bail him out. Apango mlandu uyu, aya kuli ba chief mukuni kuli akwatire milandu bamwerera. Kwa ba case ile ya mutiny bamwerera. Ama case Tayali ailetera fyama case. If we pano we have been talking, me I have been talking since 2020. I have been advocating in since 2020. Mwaliumfwa apo bantu mina ka call out ku Zambia police at pumulo walandire so olo mama bali mitapo ku police pafyo mwalandire. No, why? Because when you are speaking you have to be politically correct. Teture tukana abantu le salula abantu ulelande thintu like false accusation and then ingabaku ikatach munefo kunkaka. Tayari need to come correct. Apanombe ichamfurisha is him kunaiba mamake tiazi to attack the police when himself is not in the country. Tayari enatali mu country elo aleba bamaketia ati mukatobe ba polisi amabwe. And the other thing icho nafurwa pali Tayari aisa leta ba mutinta muliashi the other day. Hi, Mama. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Hello, Mama Maria.
Hello, Mama. Matipat.
The team is here today.
I've just jetted in home.
Welcome. Good to see
Thank
you.
you.
So we are
Go on.
just talking about Tayali. I know you missed. We had talked about
Yeah.
Tayali and Barbara Musamba's comment, and also this rigging formula, which these people from 3 provinces did. I'm just winding down on Tayali to say, you know what? We love Tayali, but itema politics. Tayali number. These are not politics. Actually, Tayali now is like gone rogue. Mwaishiba. Iyabalande akobati. Wabafe shibebebe. But Tayali can't be creating a problem. Ngapanga problem kuba mchita bailout. Ayo kuba mchita bailout. Ayo kuba mchita bailout. And then now, we as a country, we need to help Tayali. So, twafika mama. I don't know your take. Ngamlefa kuposha abantu ngamukatwishi ichi akulanda na afifula munchalo. Country is on fire. Pali abale mbele apati mufishefe na nguziro tu. Ati mama ati 02 wanyeka muzi.
How Mwandi, good evening viewers, Mudibwanji, Mudingai, Mutozichwani, Mwalibi Yabuti, Nefyashala Mwebantu. I've just joined in. I really don't know the topic, but I've just heard you talking about Tayali. You know, ladies, pali Tayali Mwandi ni. I would rather remain mute. Sometimes umuntu afwayo okwakufuira. So umuntu ngalefu okwakufuira kumuleka. Tayali is a big man. He's got very big children. And so I've watched Tayali, you know, he's haphazard. And this didn't start today. It started long time ago. Today, Tayali will swing this way. Tomorrow, he will swing that way. I think we've all been witnesses to see how Tayali finished off ECL on social media. Finished him, completely finished him. Kwena balungu na imwe, uluse lwadire enkwale. Uluse mwakwata, au mwandire sale mipala. And then again, when the SHIT hit the fan, it was the same person that he insulted that came to his rescue. So I don't know. I really don't know. Sometimes when you see people behaving like that, I'm not a medical expert, but maybe if we can consult some medical experts, they would tell us why someone is behaving like this. I have defined what a narcissist is. We have talked about a narcissist because someone else is a narcissist in this country. Someone also in politics is equally a narcissist. So, it equally needs someone from the medical, from a medical facility to help us diagnose this problem. Otherwise, Monday, I still wish to remain mute, and I just hear stories, you know. Chirampapisha, I'm beyond words. I can't say anything over Tayali because it really baffles me at the way he swings. Today he swings this side, tomorrow he swings the other side. You know, I was shocked to see the Tayali swing to, I don't know whether to call it the right wing or the left wing or the red wing, leaving the green wing. You know, he came and I don't know whether it was because he wanted, maybe because his cases to be favored, and he was speaking very highly of the UPND. And then all of a sudden, I watched a clip to say, kabanka kefyemwe, nangubanka tapadi mulandu, you know. So, ECL, Kwena, you are a gentleman. You've got a heart. And indeed you have a heart. You don't pretend. You have helped a lot of people. But we are all human beings. We all make mistakes. I can make mistakes. You too, my dear friends, the ladies there, you can make mistakes. ECL is also bound to make mistakes, but the mistakes he makes as opposed to the good that he does can be seen, is now being seen by all Zambians. Kwena valungu tepashiri pakuleka. But unfortunately, as we say in Bemba, uruselu adilenkwale. So, you continue helping, no matter what. Vakuchena, but that's just your character. You will continue helping. So, but Tayali mwebantu, hey, we need some medical people to do some valuation there. Epo mpelele mwandi mayo mwintu. Shirefua okuya mukweshiwa mukwai nakana na pelela papeni mukwai.
But you know what? I just want to come in what you have said right there about ECL. I think this is a moment of reckoning for us Zambians, because I think God is opening our eyes, because this election by the current government was won on propaganda. They painted Lungu the darkest black, you know, to a point that we all got up and said, oh no, Lungu gotta go. But then we are seeing how this man is a kind-hearted man. Like this man, whatever they said about Lungu is not true, because he has been there to rescue people who have been his worst enemies. So Apa, God is just vindicating Walungu to show us, to say, Zambians, we did a mistake. But I just want to say, before I hand over to Mama, I think Mama and Nick, on this page, people follow us a lot for our opinion. And I feel like you should say something about Tayali in regards, because, listen, why I say this, Tayali is actually inciting violence. And if we don't say anything, silence is violence. It means we agree. So if anything, me, I have said it, I condemn whatever Tayali has said, telling marketeers to throw back stones, you Zambians, you are too docile, rise up. He's talking to 5,000 people. This I condemn personally, and I think it will be safe. Mama has condemned for you, if anything. I think you should condemn that too, because we are not here. We are here to offer checks and balances. We are here for a peaceful Zambia. And the Tayali, we have to condemn his message of inciting violence. And Tayali, you need to be a man, and if you commit crimes, face the law. Don't expect to be bailed out. Now you have committed more crimes in these 4 days. You have committed more crimes to lock you up for the rest of your life. That slay queen Ivanoko.
Mama Pumulo, I certainly condemn those words.
Yes,
that
that's what I want to hear from you. Yes.
I condemn them 100%.
Exactly.
It is not that I'm with him in those with messages that he's transmitting to the Zambian people. Not at all.
Exactly, and that's what I wanted to hear from you, to say.
Zambians have been very peaceful people. Zambians know how to boot out a leader and bring in a new leader through calmness. They don't do it through force at all. And we would like it to continue that way. You know, Zambia has never experienced war. War is a bad thing. I tell you, it is easy to light a matchbox than to put the fire out. I'm telling you. So sometimes, no matter how bad the person you want to remove is, Do it the right way. Do it the right way. If dialogue fails, then wait for your turn when you will have your time to go and vote again. And then you will do it the right way. But inciting violence is something that I personally, I don't accept. I speak here on social media. I live in Zambia. I live in Lusaka. And so if somebody is inciting violence, that means I equally will be affected. Because the people that come and attack you, they don't care who you are. But for them, they come into your home, they look at your home, things that you have worked for more than 40 years. In their minds, they think you have so much money, that you have 2 fridges, that you have a big screen, and they don't have anything like that, that you have an aircon. You know, the thugs, the cadres, their mentality of thinking is different. They perceive anybody who is probably driving a car, no matter what car you are driving, to be very rich. And yet it's not like that. You worked at it. It's your hard work over the years that has made you now to sit back, relax, and lead a quiet, comfortable life. I talk to these children, Mama Pumulo. I see kids today. I remember going to school and walking from Woodlands Primary School to Livala, stage 1. Even when it was raining, I still used to walk to school with a plastic on my head, covering my head. Books in a plastic bag so that the books don't get wet. But nowadays, I am seeing kids hiking. When they've knocked off, they hike. They don't even know the people they are hiking, the person who's going to stop to pick them up, whether they are going to abuse them or not. We were taught from a very young age by our parents, do not accept any lift from a stranger. But kids of nowadays, it's not the case. First of all, they cannot even walk 1K. Just 1 kilometer, they will start complaining. It's always their parents should drop them at school and parents pick them up. Thereafter, we graduated to jumping onto minibuses. And we used to jump into minibuses in groups, you see. But children of today are spoiled to the core. Even if we want to better our lives, you've got to work at it. So, as for Mr. Tayali, his message should have been to encourage the Zambians to do the right thing. If he is not happy about this government, there's only one way that you can remove them, and it's through the ballots. And not advocating for mayhem. Because once this country is lit, to stop that war will take decades. We've seen from other countries how long their war has gone on. We've watched the war in Congo. We saw what happened in Rwanda. It was nasty, really nasty. So yes, I condemn everything that Tayali has said, that people should rise up. That's not the way the Zambians are. Zambians are very calm, and they know when to put you out and when to bring you in. And that's the way it should be. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mama. I just wanted us to be clear on that, because Tayali has like 5,000 people watching when he's live, and then millions are watching. And he's planting a seed. So we have to speak against it, to say we don't support that, and Tayali has to stop doing that. Mama, the floor is yours. Mulipa mute.
twatotera sana pamashui ayakankala ayasosaba mama bama aniki matipa kulina abachipushat bushe ledi abalelanda nibananishina nibaniki matipa mkwai kanshi mama twatotera sana pamashui yenu ayakankala yakutila abena Zambia bene bachalo balishi benshita iyo bafunyapo abantu okubomfya ballot boxes so imwe batayali ukwete ensambu ishili shonse ishakula basambirisha abena Zambia okufayo okuleta intuwundi mukyalo kyesu kya Zambia ala nangufyete ekulanda ati abena Zambia balishkwate enshita ekwa balesa kumulunyela banyela lesa ninyela onyela banyela kuleka fyati nshita yakwalesa nga yafika bakabanyela nangufyabena Zambia tababanyelele ekwaba unyela banyela unyela ekwaba alanyela taseka
Mama Pumulo, someone is asking here on the program to say, Mama Matipa, what about Barbara Musamba? What is your opinion about Barbara Musamba? I have to declare my ignorance. I do not know this Barbara Musamba. I have never had any association with her. So, and I have never followed her, to be very honest with you. And so I wouldn't have anything to say about Barbara Musamba because I just literally don't know her and don't follow her. Thank you.
So what's happening on Barbara? We discussed it earlier. That's why she's asking you, because we discussed this issue earlier before you came on. So the thing is that Barbara created a post on her page to say, anyway, Mama finish. Twimiputura twala twa mwachiralanda. Pota tura chiralondorera ba anik. Efo bachide. Yeah. Puisheni mama.
You're on mute.
na chilalanda fe pamashu achilalanda bamama matipa amashui aya nkoseleshi kubena Zambia bonse okutila abena Zambia tabakwata echongo abena Zambia balikwata echibote n'omutende mwibaletera efya kuchitachita abena Zambia nangalo mwinga benkondo kuti bafu abengi pamulandu wakutila tabayishiba n'okubutuka ninkoko shaloni mwituletera efimfulunganya imwe baputi bamapiete batuliemo bakalekanya mukowa bakapenya mushi bamuserera kwakaba bayuda Iskarioti mwituletere efyongo mukyalo kya Zambia umwaba omutende pamulandu wabulwele bwampere mwalwala obulwele bwampere era obulwele bwampere mama matipanga bwayingira ku bantu bali afya okuntika ero nabo baloweri akafifyu kubalowa akafifyu kulapokerera efimpo bose inenda papa twalire eri mama Pumulo tiralanda fimbi
Mwaiseni namba yakula, but ama program topic lero twachikwata is the rigging. Ili ashiya letere Tayali kwe bachi promises yatatubali rigging ama election. Tualeta neri ashiya kwa Barbara Musamba. And somebody wants a comment from Anik, and I think that is quite, you know, they respect your opinion. That's why they're asking you your take on this. But the backstory of this Barbara Musamba story is she posted on her wall to say it is good they rig the 2021 elections, and I hope they rig in 2026 too. So for me, somehow it popped on my page, on my feed. It popped because it has gone viral. And I read that. I'm like, oh my God. And I saw all the comments there, the praise singers, they are going wild. Yes, we shall rig, we shall rig. And then okay, Barbara Musamba is in diaspora. And I'm saying all these things because she's a blogger, lifestyle blogger. She posts her health condition. She has posted it on social media. She's actually there when she's going to dialysis, hooked up on the machine. Aleta dialysis, ale blogging her. She's in somewhere in Europe. Now, I sat there, I'm like, you know what? I actually made a post on my page to say, we people in diaspora, we should stop this hypocrisy. Because we are in diaspora and we are enjoying the benefit of civilized countries, free healthcare, quality life, you know, quality healthcare. So I sat there and I was thinking, Barbara, kudioko aba, ngari ku Zambia, can she afford that dialysis? And there she is on a page misleading people. Hundreds of comments cheering Barbara. Hey, we shall rig, we shall rig. So, in my opinion, is like, you know what? In to Barbara, we people in diaspora, we are privileged to be here. Why can't we wish the same life we have for our fellow people in Zambia? Here in diaspora, anything is free. Healthcare, they don't deny you. Nangutakwe Tempia, they'll treat you and then they'll send you a bill. That's how we live here. If you have no money, no income, there is free healthcare. Now, for a person who's going through dialysis for free, is supporting dictatorship and the nonsense that's happening in Zambia. Right now, in a government hospital. So, we are here to say, people in diaspora, what? I don't know. I don't know your take, Mama, but this is the whole story about Barbara.
Yeah. Okay. So, Mama, Pumulo, I equally want to address a comment here that someone has said that you ladies have forgotten about the gassing that existed while the PF was in government. First and foremost, I want to say it was most unfortunate that this country went through gassing, and for the people that died, may their sweet souls rest in peace, because nobody in their right mind, no leader in their right mind. If I am leading today a country, I would not support my people to be killed, to be gassed. I would not support it. This issue of the Zambian people always saying, now mind you, my comments are my comments, and my comments do not mean I am aligned to that party or this party. I comment on every political party that is existing in Zambia today. So now I will talk about the PF because they were the ones in government when this gassing was going on. Honestly, search your minds, and tell me, do you think if I was a leader today, I would allow my people to be killed for no apparent reason? Because the people that died from gassing were ordinary people who did no harm to the Zambians. No harm at all. If they were selected people that were a threat to the then opposition, but now in government, I would say that was wrong. I would be the first one to condone it. Well, now that UPND have the instruments of power, they have the instruments of power. What has taken the UPND 2.5 years to arrest the people that were gassing? What has taken them 2.5 years? So it is very shameful for you people to come here today and keep saying, what about the people who were being gassed by the former government? When you don't have an ounce of evidence to say the perpetrators of gassing are A, B, C, D. You don't have an ounce. You move with the wind. You look for someone to blame. Now, sometimes leaders don't know everything that's happening in their nation. They don't know how each and every student is behaving at a school unless reported and investigated at the time. Would it be right for me to say the person who goes around insulting the Zambians at Mulenya Murelapila, Mwalame na Nelonda is being sent by the president? I'm asking you guys who are listening, would it be right for me to say that? Because the president sees nothing wrong by stopping this man who is insulting the very Zambians who are going through a hard time and who gave him a vote, but being insulted today with Mulenya Mulelapila. I've asked so many times, but imagine if that insult was attributed to the president. Let's just take 1 minute and imagine if that Ulenya, if it was attributed to Mr. HH, that, oh, Mr. HH, Ulenya Ulelapila. Do you think that man who says that would be walking the streets free in Lusaka? I just want you to reflect a little bit. Reflect. You know, corruption. Someone talked about that there was a lot of corruption. Yes, there was. But guess what? Even now, there's a lot of corruption. There is a lot of corruption. Under this same government, corruption is still existing. It's just being swept under the carpet. And that's why I tell you, a leader doesn't know everything that's happening in the country. Certain things are covered. There are so many cadres right now. You have heard of the mines that, ask yourself, how did a person like Liswaniso get a mine? You mean to tell me, if Pano, the years we have been on this earth, we have failed to meet a Chinese who can also incorporate us to become shareholders in a mine? And we have asked, how did you get that mine? So you people who are asking, who are saying there was a lot of corruption, probably you never existed. Corruption was there. Corruption was there, Muliba Chiluba. Corruption has not started today. But what we must aim at is quashing that corruption. Corruption existed, Muliba Mwanawasa. Don't be cheated. Corruption existed, Muliba Rupia Banda. You saw the campaign method even in Barupia Banda. Even lollipops were made. Lollipops labeled MMD. Okay? Corruption existed. Even Mudiba Sata. Corruption existed, Mudiba Lungu. Corruption still exists, Mudiba Hakainde Ichilema. What you should be asking our leaders is, why are you giving Ababa Muisa tax-free holidays in our mines? They are digging in our mines and leaving big trenches. Minerals are not like plants that you can grow tomorrow or apply compost and manure and a fresh root is going to sprout. It's not like that. Those are the questions we need to be asking our leaders. It's been 2 years. We want to know who was behind the gassing, Mr. HH. We want to know, so that those people who were behind the gassing, they cost a lot of people's lives. Their lives need to be behind bars as well. So let us refrain this business or this habit of labeling people when you have no evidence of who the gassers are. If you know who the gassers are, community house is open. You can go to community house and give evidence, or you can go to the police station and give evidence to say, I wish to remain anonymous, but on such and such a day, this thing happened. Here's the evidence I'm giving you. We need to talk about how we are going to develop this country, how we are going to stop people from speaking carelessly in Zambia, like issues of Tayali, issues of Frank, whatever his surname is, insulting the Zambians. And you are cheering on because it's your time. Well, guess what? Everyone has their time.
Thank you, Mama Matipa. But I just want to reiterate what you have said, that we Zambians, the onus is on us. We elect these politicians to be our leaders, to fulfill our dreams. And I'm going to bring three things to light. One, the first thing I want to talk about is there is a hunger crisis which has been declared in Zambia. And I have talked to people here, you know I'm in diaspora. I have talked to people to say Zambia has declared the hunger crisis. And they say, oh my God, how can Zambia declare a hunger crisis when the whole country is surrounded by rivers? The western Zambia, kwamba ku northwestern, all the way to western southern is surrounded by Zambezi River. Zambia, we have the largest water body, freshwater bodies in the region. We saw our president himself flying in a chopper when he was in a campaign looking at the water in Luapula province. Luapula province, parts of northern and northwestern, they have equatorial rainforest kind of weather. So water over there is not a problem. What is my point? Let us hold our leaders accountable. Our leaders, they make all these promises when they are in opposition, and they have all these solutions. But when they are in government, fear pena, they forget. All of a sudden, the president is declaring a hunger crisis. How the hell do we declare a hunger crisis when our land has rivers crisscrossing the nation from north to south, east to west? Even if there is no rain in southern province, we have Zambezi over there, we have Kafue River over there. We have certain parts of the country where it rained. Why can't we trap that water and make canals? All these were suggestions of Bubaka in there. But in Gabaisam government, where is it today? They come into the issue of rigging. Elections have been rigged. Not only in 2021, even before. But what I'm here to say is that who rigs the elections? Is it our presidential candidates? No. It is people like you and me who accept a 1 kwacha, a 2 kwacha to do the dirty work. And here, I'm here to say, you Zambians, let us move away of being used by politicians because they are not improving our lives. There are 3 provinces that have reached the elections. Moneni nomba kuli drought. Some are eating wild fruit. So why did you achieve by rigging elections? For somebody only to come and suffer. Turenya turela pidapamu. Imamweba gasingira abantu. You know each other. You know each other. Mweba gasingira abantu. Why are you mute? And why should we put this on the president to say the president should tell us who gas people? Why should we put it on ECA or HH? No, it is on us Zambians. We know who are gassing people. We know who is rigging the elections. But my point here, which we want to teach Zambia move forward, is let us be patriotic and let us defend our sovereignty, our peace, and our resources by standing up to any kind of underhand methods. Let us stand up. You people in those 3 provinces, you chase away election observers, you chase away a political party from your regions. So you have been doing that. But look at these people in Western Province. They are surviving on wild fruit. So we are here to teach and educate Zambian to move away. Stop being used by politicians, because learn your lesson. We are going to 60 years of independence. Every politician comes with a story. Even your MP, nga become parliament, they can't even come and grade their road. They can't even build inganda ya malata pamushipa mwabo nga bayakulusa kachapwa. The next thing mukabamona campaign period, or when they die you bury them there. You people need to wake up, especially in these 3 provinces, to open your mind and start electing for presidency with a vision, not your tribesmate. Funyeni pwefia mutundu. And I end here, Mama. The other topic I want to talk about is they are laying off people who were hired by PF. These Tayali talked about it the other day to say there are a lot of people who are laid off, and now they are hiring people from these certain regions. What kind of a country do they want to create is my question.
That I know. I have seen it. I have seen it. I have heard from the people themselves that are sitting at home yet continue to get a salary, and yet their position has been replaced. Now, isn't that wastage of resources? Wastage of resources. Why don't you pay these people and send them into early retirement? If you think they are a danger to your government, pay them off. I'm not going to talk about regions and things like that because I do not have proof about that. But I have proof that Zambia, a hunger crisis has been declared. I have proof that load shedding is yet to begin very soon. I am hearing that we will soon have new electricity tariffs. So we will go back to load shedding. Yet we will continue exporting power to our neighboring countries because the leaders we put in value business more than the lives of the Zambians. It's business for them. They will sometimes learn to let a few coins go for the sake of your people. Let your people at least enjoy their independence. Very soon Zambia is getting to 60 years. Have you ever heard Mr. Hakainde answer anyone's question why he's given the tax holidays to these Westerners in the mines? Why has he given them tax holidays? It's a question that even journalists are scared to ask at a press conference. It has never been asked, and he has comfortably ignored it. Ignored it. He is not accepted nor refuted those claims. Now, how long will that go on? You people that come and praise this Messiah of yours, maybe do us a favor. Because those minerals do not only belong to you praise singers. They belong to all the Zambians. So the Zambians need an answer. All those MOUs that were signed, very soon we'll be seeing those electric cars here. And Zambians don't even know that maybe their lives have been signed because it will trickle down to us. We are the ones who feel the pinch. We are the ones who feel the pinch. So in Zambians, I would like to say, wake up with your minds. Do not wake up with violence, but wake up with your minds. Start asking these leaders that we put in place, why is this so and so? Why is that so and so? Instead of fiance mwamona ni bari the Messiah, what do you know? Praising your leaders. I know sometimes you have to take tough decisions to achieve good results. But there are things that you can play around. Maybe you can play around with Munyaule market, but you can't play around with Zambia's resources that, honestly, once taken, that's it. So the leaders that we put in place have to be good negotiators. If you are not negotiating a deal properly for your country, then there's something wrong that you are doing. Something is wrong. That's why I said corruption existed long before. Don't be fooled. Thank you, Mama Pomol.
Okay. So I'm reading a comment here to say, is the government inciting people? You know what? HH1 said hunger causes anger. That is a cliche. Everyone says that. A hungry man is an angry man. That doesn't mean you are inciting somebody. But when somebody says, what is that?
Yeah.
We Zambians, Tuishile Papa Ubuntu Forum, is to educate your mind so that we stop these practices of politics which are bringing us poverty, increasing our poverty levels because of the politics we are practicing. Our mindset should change to say the next government should be a government to take us out of poverty. You don't start cheering a government which has declared hunger because they sold your maize reserves. You should not hear a government who is planning to increase your electricity tariffs because they're exporting much of your electricity and leaving you a little bit. So actually, you know what, if I think about it, for them to increase the electricity tariff is just to reduce their number of people who can afford electricity. This is me now thinking. Because
no, you don't even have to think. You don't even have to think about that, Mama Pumulo. Cornelius Muetwa, I listened to him very, very attentively about 6 months ago. He talked about this electricity tariffs going up. I talked about it. Aba Mumayadi will start paying more than the people who stay Mumakombon. As if Aba Mumayadi indarama shisafie mpu batula. Supposing that house Mumayadi was built or you started living there in the 1960 somethings, you are now retired. You are depending on your little garden Mumayadi to eat, because each way we are all affected, unless otherwise. But each way we are all affected. So the people who live Mumayadi are perceived to be amassing money every day. You don't know that those are retirees. You don't know that? Just go and do a census and it will tell you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mama. So we continue talking and educating you, praising us to wake up. You always say, oh, there's a global crisis. There's a global crisis of economic, there's a recession, global recession. You know, everywhere in the country, in the world, people are struggling. Yes, people are struggling, but there are programs for poor people.
Yeah.
There are food stamps here in America. There is subsidized healthcare and free healthcare for people who are not working. If you come to America here, they have reserves, food reserves, maybe 10 years. Bali sunge fyakulia. Bali kwatama banka umwa base fyakulia. Now, even people in their homes here,
They
If you go
even
into an
feed the
American
hungry.
home,
Yes.
they have like, you know, we don't do it because Nafmaku Zambia, but typical American family, they will have a supply storage in case of emergency. Families have a pantry full, but stocking now imwe, you know that people live hand to mouth. Mwabula ubunga mwashitisha. And then you praise singer mulelum, but it's a world crisis. Will you tell me which countries saw this food reserve? You tell me one country in the world which has no food reserve. It is Zambia, and this disaster was made by UPND. And we are here to say, by praising a Twikatanipamo and condemn these people. Because you know, they have caused this hunger by praising them. If they had condemned them when we are condemning them, and lastly, before I end on this one, I just want to say these two parties, PF, Nava UPND, you plunge this country into chaos. Twani papata. Come correct ba PF na ba UPND, because even in Angumoma group area shirivamo ngawa, if you bring up a topic, this one will say kairi ba PF mwachitirefi na ife nomba turechitirefi mwamona. That's why I say, for us to have peace in Zambia, these two parties have to go. They have to leave the political scene, because God forbid if PF comes back and bounces back to power in 2026. Can you imagine what PF will do kudi wa UPND? Muleka kabantu uliomwa icho ulioala ndati baku Southern Province mwani mukaka. But meanwhile, we have a video circulating agayara simbira tonga kale tukana no kale tukana fiancé insulting the members. That girl is sleeping in her home. But that young man who said baku Southern Province zibakulu bantu wa mileterera tatu kene mwali mukaka. Mwali kako for simply stating a fact. But kuliaka mukashana kadia akale tukana ababemba kale ilalira munganda. That's why.
Well, guess what?
Ma?
Well, guess what? Let's Wakanda, because we the Zambians have eyes to see and ears to hear. You know, we have seen the selectiveness in the rule of law. Mr. HH promised that he's going to govern this country by the rule of law, but it ain't the case. The rule of law is not being applied. The rule of law is very selective, and you know it. You know that the rule of law is very selective, because it is evident from what is happening. Very evident.
But Joseph Namulan, that PF is coming back. If PF comes back, we don't want revenge or vengeance. What surety is PF going to give Ukwebati? They will not go after the UPND. Will have a start a clean slate. This is my concern, me. What surety are you giving the Zambians by PF? For me, once I get that surety, I will jump on that PF bandwagon. But for now, I don't know what you are PF, because you know what, you know about PF. A lot of people have been injured by PF. Abantu bali under PF. So PF, you need to come out clean. I don't know what you need to do by PF, but you need to do something, because even if PF is coming, they cause more harm to Zambians. Now, you don't know, they are doing more harm than the PF. So now we as Zambians, we are like, what do we do? As much as we want PF to come back because they left a better economy.
I think Banamayo na imwe rise up. I think this is now your time. This is a time now to have a lady, a woman president. To anaka nabawe because really we have tried them for a long time now. For almost 60 years. It's just a male president, male president. Maybe this time we should go for a woman who thinks about her or her children, who thinks about her children. Because vashitata naimwe corruption kwena yavafe mumulo pamwe. Mama Pumulo, this time let's just identify a female president kwena to anaka. Let's try it out. You know.
I think it may be okay if you invite about okay, it will be better. Maybe they'll balance it, you know, because it won't be PF. There are other parties involved. I don't know, but it's
Mama
just
Pumulo,
like,
even if they you know, they'll balance it. They'll balance it with the president will be male. The vice president will be a female. Look at even what happened in PF. The vice president was Mama Wina, a female. But now bale banyantirira, fye bale banyantirira. Aba muterena rumango, tamumwe na bale banyantirira, bale banyantirira. Huh? That woman has nothing, no powers. She cannot say anything apart from parliamentary authority. Can she zero? Nothing, zilch. Huh? A woman who cannot go and sit down with her boss and say, no, boss, it shouldn't be this way. But mutina boss you only fear God. You cannot fear a fellow human being. And so when you see something going wrong, you approach your boss, even if your boss is a president, is whatever, you tell your boss, no. Abantu barechura, abantu baretukwa. But it looks like Naomi never vice president is very happy that Zambians are being told murenya murerapira. Because even now she has never said a word. Maybe until one day it will apply to her. That's when she'll wake up and get a shock and go, oh, you know what I mean? Come on, leaders. We need better leaders. 60 years, honestly? Mungulu, as Zain Kabrik has said it, for sure, Mungulu. Mama Pumulo. I think we need to end here now.
I know, I'm tired. So, you know, we'll be here, we'll be talking, guys. Follow, like, share, but let's wake up in the mind.
Yeah.
It's a mental mindset change. Is our last words. In your communities, talk about these things. You know, be patriotic to Zambia. Don't be patriotic to a person. Don't be patriotic to the person. Zambia, be patriotic to the Zambia. If we're not tukula, by Zambian standards, we are lucky to be alive. You know, but look at yourselves, by youth. Mukashe chalo chashani. Abana benu mukabashashani nga mwafwa. Think about your future. Mungulu fye, my politics. No. Politics determine your future. That's why it's a matter of life and death. Because if bad decisions made, people die. You have seen what is happening. Bad decisions are made.
It's true. You know, Mama Pumulo, right now, there's so much hatred in Zambia. Right now, people are looking, oh, so and so. They even ask, imwendimwe wako ti? Ine ndinachoka papa mazabuka. Oh, now people are being very careful. I remember when we were growing up, we didn't care about tribe. We were just playing with our friends. We didn't even ask anybody at school. We didn't even know the word tribe. Somebody here correct me. We didn't even know the word tribe. What we just knew is that we were Zambians. We were Zambians.
But Joyce Milimo, nobody's insulting. But Joyce Milimo, nobody's insulting here.
Nobody's insulting. I'm just saying the vice president needs to wake up. Wake up and let us show her motherhood.
And they fight for the people of Zambia, not for their pockets.
Yes.
You are there in government for the people.
Don't go and show your powers owning a parliament. Is that an insult?
No. To defend the wrong thing of a government, she only goes to defend.
And you know, sometimes when you talk, when you are a leader, when you talk, learn to humble yourself. Humility is very good. Learn to humble yourself. Not kateka wenu adwa pompasi, na vice wakwe, na adwa pompasi. I mean, like, honestly. Huh? So, the Zambians are watching. We are seeing, as we see, tulanina ma minibus, tulonfweri ajiria ma minibus, tulonfwa. Ask bama weba mtaena lumango, waka nine fye minibus, ukufuma pa kulima tawa padia. Waka nine minibus. I'm daring you. Hey, go and listen to what people are saying on the ground. And those are the same people. Our buka 04. Badabe na bantu. Our mulera and that, oh no. Tabakwete nchito. Eba buka 04. Bamkupele vote. Inena pumulo yukuti twaikala mmayanda yesu. Even without voting. But we will continue to speak for the marginalized. So tapali ule tukana pano. Nobody is insulting. Instead, we are just panda of yaman free of charge. By that, I mean, literally free of charge. Because we hear these complaints. We see the people suffering. Every day in your inbox, somebody is sending you, Mama, please help me even with a 10 kwacha.
But you
with
know,
a 20 kwacha.
let me correct you there. You are saying free of charge. It's not free of charge. You are putting your neck on your chopping board, Yapo. You are risking it. About how many people can't even say a comment, Yapa. People are even fearing to make a Facebook comment. But you show your face and you condemn the wrong things. It's not free. So you people, instead of being armchair critics, you should woman up and start speaking for your people. And respect people who are talking. The least you can do, if you can't speak, support us. Don't come here with false accusations. Having said that, I appreciate all of you who give us the moral support to come here. Because our lives are on a chopping board. You know this government is brutal. Anyone talking, they go after them. But we continue to come here and speak day after day.
And you know, I'm a praise singers, but I'm Papisha. Mr. HH, while in opposition, never called his predecessor President Lungu. Never. He never recognized him as a president, you know. And I never heard anybody in the previous government talk about it. That oh, it's disrespectful. How can he not recognize him as president? They all kept quiet. You understand? So, chiwamira galu kuluma mbuzi, osati mbuzi kuluma galu. That's why Katwishi, I don't know. We value you, the people who come and listen to this program. We appreciate you. But sometimes, you know, feel for the Zambians. Feel for what the Zambians are going through. Just have that feeling for them. Muri chipowe mu Zambia na bakateka na balanda that there is a hunger. There's a hunger crisis. Nobody ngufweli ashati yali amataba bashitishe which were in reserve. Chushika Sanda sold that decided to sell yali amataba because they were going to go bad. So they thought of selling, earning some money, and growing some more maize.
Itwakulire mu mishimonse bambuya balesunga mataba mu butala 5 years tayabola When
Imagine.
when the maize is
Imagine.
kept under the right condition, it won't.
It's for sale. Everything is for sale. Don't say what do they have to sell. Mama Pumulo, cha. Good night. The volume has disappeared. Good night, everybody. Good night.